A manhunt is on for two Ngqeleni Correctional Centre inmates in the Eastern Cape. They escaped on Freedom Day. Atini Noti Mzingela is serving an 8-year sentence for rape, and Siabulela Koliso is serving a 10-year sentence. Officials are assisting the police and its emergency squad in finding the two inmates. We get detail from Correctional Services spokesperson Singabakho Nxumalo. Thank you very much for your time this morning. What are the circumstances that led to their escape?
A very good morning, and thank you for having us. It is an escape that disturbed us quite greatly as a department, because when you take inmates to any form of an activity outside their cells, you design what we call a security plan, and you follow it until those inmates are back in. So inmates, about 71, were taken out to a sport field where they were playing soccer, and they only realized when they took them back doing counting that two were unaccounted for, something that is disturbing because there were officials monitoring the activities there. So hence we then needed to launch a manhunt, but the investigation has started, and when you look even at our standard security procedures, it's very clear what needed or what ought to have happened there. So as a department, we're quite disturbed by this particular incident, something that ought not to have happened, not when we were facing severe criticism following the escape of Thabo Bester, and it's something that we wouldn't want to see, but it's where we are right now. What is critical is to get the two back behind bars, and also make it a point that the internal investigation is completed and consequence management will have to be effected. We cannot have a situation where deviation from the core, is allowed just to happen like that.
How many prisoners were let out to the field to play soccer, and how many correctional services officials were there that were watching over them?
Ngqeleni Correctional Centre is a very small facility. It's under Utata management area with a bed space of 81, but we have 136 inmates there, but not all of them were out to the field in that day. I think we had about 71. We had, I think we had about more than 8 officials out there, but when we looked at the ratio was sufficient. Hence, the internal investigation will assist to say where did things go wrong, who was supposed to do what, and why were those procedures not followed, but also critically looking at the security plan that ought to have been designed for an activity of this nature. So as a department, we said, yes, we're going deep into that internal investigation, but for now, what is more important is to inform the victims of crime, inform the public in general, and get other law enforcement agencies to assist us so that we can get these two behind bars. It does not sit well with us there to have people convicted of such a serious offense and who are unable to account for them.
What was meant to be done that was not done by the correctional services officials? Is there CCTV cameras in the precinct where the prisoners were playing soccer?
It is still early days. The internal investigation will give us those details. But what I've said is that each time you take inmates outside of the cells to any form of an area outside those cells, you ought to have a security plan. That plan will even detail how you move those inmates out and how you monitor them as they're out there, and how to ensure that you cover the entire terrain where they are, to a point where you take them back and you also count them to ensure that everyone is accounted for. Even the team that you have deployed, each member is assigned a specific role. Hence, we said we'll look deep into that security plan and what is it that happened on that particular day, and then continue with that. But for now, critically, we said let us find these people, as we are also busy with this investigation, because it's having 2 people convicted of rape out there. It's a day is more than enough, for them to even to do other things. Hence, the priority is to say let's get them back. We need to get them back as a matter of urgency.
Are there any officials that have been suspended?
As I've said, the internal investigation is underway. There are internal processes that are being followed, which unfortunately I'm unable to divulge at this stage. But for any incident, a security breach, the processes that you need to follow, and where people ought to account, people were there on that specific day as per their functional responsibilities. So those people ought to account for that, and we are following that. We've appealed to the public to say, as we're busy, with such, whoever that may have any form of information, they must either contact the nearest police station or even contact us. And it's something that, as a department, we're saying it cannot be that almost every month, we have to come and account because there's been an escape. Whereas we have done so well in terms of reducing escapes over the years. And this trend that we're seeing now is something that is of great concern to us.
Department of Correctional Services spokesperson Singabakho Nxumalo, thank you very much, sir, for your time this morning.